Menstrual cycle and menstrual pain. Origin of the word menstruation. The term menstruation originated from the Latin word mensis, which means monthly, and the Greek word mene, which refers to the moon. In ancient times, the menstrual cycle was thought to be related to the moon's cycle because both cycles last around 29 days. What is menstruation? Menstruation, or period, is a normal vagina bleeding that occurs as part of a woman's monthly cycle. Every month, the body prepares for pregnancy. If no pregnancy occurs, the uterus, or womb, sheds its lining. The menstrual blood is partly blood and partly tissue from inside the uterus. Menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle is a chain of activities in the brain, ovaries and uterus linked to hormones. It's made up of 4 phases, which includes menstruation, the follicular phase, ovulation and the luteal phase. The menstruation phase. Menstruation phase started from the time vagina bleeding starts to the time it ends. Blood from the previous cycle from inside the uterus is shed through the cervix and vagina. A typical period may last up to 8 days, but on average last about 5 or 6 days. The levels of estrogen and progesterone are typically at their lowest. This causes the top layers of the lining to release and leave the body. This phase occurs from the start of the period until ovulation. The largest follicle, called the dominant follicle, is prepared to be released at ovulation. For most people, the follicular phase lasts 10 to 22 days. The pituitary gland at the base of the brain produces follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH. FSH tells the ovaries to prepare an egg for ovulation. The dominant follicles produces estrogen as it grows. Ovulation phase. Ovulation occurs 13 to 15 days before the start of the next period. The dominant follicle reaches about 2 centimeters. When it bursts, an egg leaves the ovary and enters the fallopian tube. The dominant follicle in the ovary produces more and more estrogen as it grows larger. When estrogen levels is high enough, they send a signal to the brain. The brain then causes a dramatic increase in luteinizing hormone LH. This spike is what causes the releases of the egg to occur. Estrogen levels drop right after ovulation. Don't forget to subscribe. Luteal phase. This phase starts from ovulation until the start of the next period. The luteal phase lasts about 14 days, but between 9 and 16 days is common. After ovulation, the follicle that held the eggs turns into something called a corpus luteum. It makes the hormones progesterone and estrogen to support pregnancy. If pregnancy doesn't happen, the corpus luteum breaks down between 9 and 11 days after ovulation. Progesterone supports early pregnancy if an egg and sperm connect. If no pregnancy happens, progesterone will peak and then drop. These hormonal changes can contribute to common premenstrual symptoms. Common symptoms are mood changes, headaches, acne, bloating, and breast tenderness. A drop in progesterone and estrogen causes menstruation. Causes of menstrual cramps or pain. During ovulation, the endometrium, uterine lining, gets ready to support a pregnancy or to break down for menstruation. The cells of the lining make and release many types of chemicals, such as prostaglandins, PGF2-alpha, and PGE2, cause the uterine muscle to cramp. During your period, prostaglandins trigger muscles in your uterus to contract. These contractions help expel the uterus lining. Higher levels of prostaglandins can cause more severe menstrual cramps, pain, and severe contractions may constrict the blood vessels around the uterus. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Watch out for my next video. I will be talking about how to treat painful menstruation.